Okay, in this video we're going to look at bridging and support material. Okay, to get started, let's build another test, and I need some kind of dimensions for that, and I like that 20 by 20 just until we get started here. So 20, 20, 20. Again, I hit N on the keyboard to get into this. Alright, now that we know the dimensions, we can kind of play around here. I'm going to flatten that out. It doesn't really matter how much, but I want to start out with like just a little base. And sometimes when I want to make a really thin base that's just there but not technically there, I'll use like 0.3. Okay, that's a really thin base. Now let's add a cube to it. Okay, and we can kind of just eyeball this. Let's hit 3 to get into the side view. And I'm just going to thin that up. Again, eyeballing it. Z on the keyboard, tab, and I'm just taking these vertices and pulling them up some. Stretching this out. So right now, this wall is in Y, it's 4. I don't need anything quite that much. I can just maybe 2.5. W on a keyboard, Shift D, move it over. Now also these two are Z 3.7. Let's get those to about 10. So wait a minute, let me delete this one again. Let's type in 10 here for Z. Cool. And I want to put this just like that, so it's technically on the rug. Shift D. And then I'm going to take this rug and go Shift D, drag that up. Hit 7. I want this thinner as far as this width is concerned. And I want this to be also just like this, where they're on top of the two pillars, but doesn't overhang past the two pillars. Just like that. Again, this is all eyeballing. There's no like, just make sure the one form is definitely going into the other form at the very top. So I should have something that looks like this. Okay, let's take the top and we'll make that 2.5. Perfect. Make sure there's no overhangs. And in fact, you can make this just a little bit thinner. And last but not least, we're going to add just a little UV sphere to the very top. And what I want to do is make it so it barely touches on the inside here. And it's centered. Does it have to be perfectly centered? No. maybe make that a little bit bigger. How about 8? There we go. Perfect. Good little test. Alright, so we're going to take all these forms, join them, object join, and then export it. I love that. There we go. We'll call it bridge. And there we go. Now in the next video I'll show you what I would do to print that and what needs to be changed, or just make sure that it's there as far as the setting is concerned. We're actually going to print this one twice, just as always. We'll print it without support materials and with support materials and see what the difference is in the next video.